Okay, it's Sunday, the 6th of October. Time is flying. Sorry about not going live yesterday. I'm still dealing with the aftermath of my wife passing away. I'm by myself trying to get everything cleaned up, organized, trying to go through everything. And yesterday when I got done, I just had no strength to even look at a video. I was just mentally tired. And I'm sorry for that, but I guess, it happens. I'm by myself. I don't have other people I can tell to do the weather. It's just me. And same thing doing the house. It's just me. Okay, we have several things to talk about today. One, this is going to be a long video, be prepared. One, we have some thunderstorms moving across the state. Two, we got some freezing temperatures that are going to come over to Pennsylvania. We're going to have frost and freeze. Three, some areas can even see snow. Four, if you live down in Florida, especially on the West Coast towards Disney and that way, you know, don't go to Disney, please. Don't go to Disney later on this week. And if you're along the west coast of Florida, you should pack up and move away. Going to be a lot of flooding there. Exactly where the Hurricane Milton's going to hit is not sure, but there's going to be a big surge ahead of the storm. And depending on, especially in Tampa, exactly how it hits is if you're going to get that Bay Area of Tampa there, if the water's going to come flooding in there and cause some catastrophic flooding, and B, if it's a little further south, then Captiva Sanibel, who got slammed once before a few years ago, is going to get hit again. So it's going to, somewhere in that range, it's going to, just a little north of Tampa and then down towards Sanibel and Captiva, somewhere in that range there. It's going to hit somewhere in there. And there'll be a lot of storm surge as it goes through there. Now, this, you might hear about it going to a Category 5, but we'll go over that and tell you how that's going to happen. So anyway, here's your thunderstorms around 8 o'clock. They're going to be moving across PA, and as they move, this is around midnight. You can see the line is slowly deteriorating as it goes through Williamsport. It's now coming into the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton area. It hasn't hit down here towards Harrisburg yet or anything, so it's slowly going to fall apart as it goes through. This is 2 o'clock in the morning, and you can kind of see it. It kind of dies as it goes by, and it's just a few showers behind it. And I'm just going to kind of show you the highlights of where these cold temperatures are at. Like this is Tuesday morning. You can see 30s in the northern areas, higher elevations, 40s in most of the other areas. So it starts to cool down Tuesday night, pretty chilly, but we didn't get to the freeze temperatures yet. Here's Thursday morning. We got freezing temperatures up here in lower New York here, right along the northern tier up here. Don't be surprised. Freezing temperatures and frost up in that area. You can see a pretty good swat here where the temperatures are in the 30s at nighttime lows Thursday morning, and other areas are starting to get pretty chilly down here too. Now that's the next night where it gets cold. Now here's Friday morning. Okay, now you can see more spread areas up here where the temperatures get close to freezing. And again, frost can be available in this area here, but a lot more area in Pennsylvania on Friday morning, the 11th, gets close to freezing or down in the lower 30s. Now here's the 16th, the 15th, 16th. This is about 2 o'clock in the morning, Wednesday morning, the 16th. Look at the 20s are down here. Uh, the temperatures in the southern part are cold. We actually have temperatures in the 30s down in the Allentown and just north of Philadelphia, northern New Jersey here. So you can see the effects of colder air again seeping in the middle of next week. And here's the 17th, 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning on the 17th. Widespread freezing temperatures through here, like on 20s and 30s, 31 degrees, even all the way down to the suburbs of Philly. You're in the lower mid 30s here. Poconos, you're right around freezing mark. Upper northern Jersey, you get close to freezing. Even Pittsburgh out here. Here's the city itself, 35, but the suburbs around it, around freezing. So very cold temperatures right there. But let's take a see if this can pop up. If I can bring this up, there's your chance of snowflakes. Okay, back this up a little bit. But this is Tuesday morning, the 15th. Actually, there could be some snowflakes. No big storm, but you can see your first flakes in the air. Not your first inch unless you're up here and you get up here and maybe there you can get an inch. But overall, it's just starting to show some flurries and stuff. So that would be the If you're in any kind of a contest where you got to predict the first flakes, not the first inch, but the first flakes. A lot of these areas up here, especially southern New York, can see their first flakes on the 15th. And then as we go on, you can see there is no more additional, even though it's colder later on in the week. You only got that one opportunity for snow there. Now let's take a look at Milton. This is kind of what we're going to have. This is going to show it about around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, Wednesday morning, Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. You can see it really tightly wound down here. And again, track is everything on this. And this track shows it Wednesday night around 8 o'clock, just south of Tampa, north of Sanibel, Captiva. So what you're going to have is a big influx of water. Now, you could say, okay, well, it's not going to, if the winds won't directly hit Tampa, but yeah, if they're coming around like this, and here's your bay up here, if you can see this up here, see if I can zoom this in a little bit. Yes, I can. Thought I could. There you go. See, here's the bay. Here's Tampa right here, St. Pete. When the winds are coming around this way, they're going to fill the bay up with a lot of water, and it's going to cause a lot of flooding. Same thing down here towards Sanibel, Captiva, up in this area here by Fort Myers. You got the winds coming up, and it's going to push a lot of water in. And as this thing moves further east, it's also going to bring heavy rains. And we'll see that by, you can see it moving a little. Now here is Wednesday night around 8 o'clock. Now, Wednesday night around 8 o'clock, um, it's actually showing it just south. So what you do now, you have the heavier rains, or just to the heavier rains are always to the west of the low, and the strongest of winds and the onshore flow, high tides, push of 15, 20 feet high of water as it comes inshore, is to the east and to the west. So there's your problem. So I would say that if you're anywhere between, I would say, Fort Myers and maybe 40 miles, 50 miles north of Tampa, and that includes Disney, okay, as it comes across, not good. Especially the shoreline. There's going to be a lot of onshore push of water. There's going to be a lot of flooding going on down here, and there'll be some heavy rains, but you're going to have high winds. And your winds, they'll die. They're not, you're going to hear the storm is a category 4 or 5, but as they get close to shore, um, they always, because you have the influx of the land, it will drop in its intensity. But there's your winds as it comes on shore early on Thursday, and why Disney's not a good idea. And that's mainly why I'm going over this, because I know a lot of people go to Disney. But you can zoom this in, and you can see these are winds of 80, 70, 80 mile an hour, Disney 50s, and it's just not going to be good. It's going to be raining. You're not going to want to be down there. um, Precipitation, as it comes through. Yeah, there's your precipitation, and some models even show this even heavier. Um, as it comes through, and like some models are showing over 10 inches of rain, which I'm not disagreeing with. You can see here's 12 inches here, but if you're going to Disney, you're in this SWAT here, 5, 6, 7 inches of rain in Disney, and why do you want to go? So if you got any plans this weekend, you got a chance to change it, I would, because Wednesday, and then I'm not sure how much damage there'll be or flooding, but from Wednesday on, it's not a good idea to even get down here. So again, if you're, um, you know, like I said, Fort Myers, just north of Tampa, it's just probably the best thing. If you're right along that shoreline there, evacuate now and get out of there. It's before the other storm came up, and like I said, the other storm, there was going to be a lot of push up against the southern Adirondacks and or southern Appalachian Mountains, and I said there was going to be torrential rains, and there was. There's a different thing. Air pushes up, it squeezes the atmosphere. This is going to come across, and it's going to be heavier rains here. It won't be to the north where the damage was last time, because basically the storms are going to cut across Florida and go straight out. And so The east coast of Florida will see a lot of rain also, but the winds will die as they get to that side, and it won't be until it gets off the coast that the winds pick back up again. Okay, I've talked for 10 minutes. Again, I will go live. I'm going to tell you right now, going to go live next Sunday around 6 o'clock next Sunday. So I'm going to definitely give it my all to try to go live and talk about the winter. But again, I just showed you where the first snow is going to be, and I just told you where the first freeze is going to be. So keep that in mind. All right, we'll do more tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll try to zoom in on both of these situations where we're going to have freezing temperatures, and also we'll go over this storm down south tomorrow again and tomorrow evening. All right, everybody, take care, be safe.